Hello and welcome to Up the Villa podcast for our live watch along of Arsenal v Manchester City. Justin, how you doing?
Good evening, Luke. Good evening, everyone. Just wrecking everything.
Get
Usual.
my name right, Justin.
Sorry, Ryan.
Hope
Not
everyone's
expecting his
good in the
arrival.
comment section. We'll be having a chat about the game, what we're watching. Villa, Arsenal are Aston Villa's next opponent. So, I've stayed off from doing the match preview, etc., because of this game, which is absolutely huge. And, I absolutely love football, as you all know. So I thought, why not come on and do a bit of a watch along? Hannah, how are you?
Good.
Hello.
Welcome.
I've just been plopped
Suddenly
straight into
appeared.
the spotlight.
You are straight on in there. Hello. What we're saying on this game then, it's going to be interesting, especially to watch Arsenal. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do. Do you know what I mean? Because this is a big game for Arsenal. They're coming off the back of some poor results in the grand scheme of winning a title. So it's about how they react. I do feel like if Man City win this game, I've got a vibe Arsenal could not self-destruct, but I think it'd be over if Man City win this. And I know that sounds mad with the amount of games that are left, but we know what Man City can do. You can't give them the advantage. What are you saying, Justin?
Look, my thoughts on Arsenal. I predicted that they will not win the league this season when we did the sort of halfway of the season pod. I felt they were in a bit of a false position. I didn't see them as a team that was romping away with the title. I think they've played really well this season, but I always felt that there was a period of the season where they were going to come a cropper, and it's starting to happen now. So this is a huge, huge game for Arteta, because if he gets a result here tonight and wins it, then that would give them, again, the momentum maybe to go on and carry on this run and having a go at the title. But City were always the ones for me. I felt at some point would click. Played really well against us on Sunday, the first half especially. I know we'll probably have a chat about that at some point. And I just feel they've got the depth and the quality. And I'm predicting a Man City win tonight, and possibly a comfortable win as well.
Yeah, Haaland starting as well. There's a bit of talk of maybe him not making it. Hannah, what's your vibe? I know we were chatting earlier and you still think Arsenal could go all the way. So what are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, I completely get where Justin's coming from, but I don't know. I feel like it's foolish to write them off. I think they've got a good vibe around the place. I'm thinking tonight, I'm thinking a high scoring draw. I just think both of them have weaknesses. Like I think that like we've seen in the last couple of weeks, last couple of match days, they've both been dropping points here and there. So I think it's going to go right down to the line. I don't think tonight will decide it, because I just think so far this season it's been so up and down. I mean, think about it. The way that Haaland started the season, he was getting hat tricks every week, and they've still not quite pipped Arsenal to it yet. And Arsenal have technically a game in hand. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a really good title race, and to be honest, that's the way I want it to be. We've had a few years now where City have run away with it, or it's been a super like a given by Christmas who's going to win it. So I like the fact that this year we've got a little bit of an edge to it, and Arsenal haven't really been in a title race for a while now, so it's good to have someone slightly different in the running for it. So I think tonight will be a good taste of what they've both got to show. But I think there'll be goals. I just think they're both both sides would have been in the dressing room before kickoff, knowing the gravity and the weight of this fixture. So I think they'll feel that occasion, and sometimes that gets into their heads a bit. So I can see goals, but I mean I hope I'm right for the sake of a Villa fan channel doing a watch along. So we'll see.
Cool. So in the chat, make sure you have dropped a like on the stream, and also now put your score predictions for the game then. So I think I'm going to go with a Man City win for this. I think they're going to win this. I'll go 2-1 Man City. What would you go, Justin?
I'm going for a barnstorming game that we're all going to enjoy. 4-2 City.
Hannah, what
Early
you going
goals,
for
set
then?
the
2-2
tone.
still.
Go for it.
Hannah, you
4-2
still...
would be good, but 2-2 is what. Yeah, I'm going with the Desmond. I think. Yeah, we'll see. I think if City start like they did in the first half against us at the weekend, they could blow them away. But I just don't feel it. I'm not feeling that they're going to completely batter Arsenal. But I could be completely wrong. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, for me, looking at Arsenal's team, I'm never feeling that Tomiyasu. You know, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like you can really get at that Tomiyasu. So, yeah, I think that's
Interesting. Jorginho starting as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Partey's out, so that's also interesting. So,
very interesting.
So we've
got two managers I can't stand.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of 3-0, 3-1s, 2-2s. We've got a comment here from Danny saying, I hope Arsenal win. They deserve it and they have a good team, but it's just City. They are proven world-class players and Pep's leading them, so it'll be a handful. We just couldn't call. So let's check on the minute then. I think we're all pretty much, me and Justin anyway, we're pretty much bang on. So when they put the clock up on the screen, I'll let you know where we are. So it's interesting to see how they start then. So Arsenal got possession of the ball. Justin, what have you made of Victoria Sport Club then?
I think it's good news. I really do. We've been chatting about it on the group all day, and I was sort of swayed a little bit by Hannah, I've got to say, with her little spiel earlier on the group chat, which obviously only we heard. How much will it really affect the running of Villa? I don't really know what the real world sort of effect will be. The idea is there, obviously, to use them as a club where we can develop players and they're part of the sort of the Villa stable, and I presume alongside, Las Vegas Villains when that gets to go ahead. So it's very interesting times, and it just will be interesting going forward, seeing, what positives and what things. I like the idea of like coaches going out there and sharing coaching ideas and sending our youth players over there to play in a different environment, a different country. The Portuguese league isn't as strong as the Premier League, so we could, get a chance. And we've got some great kids, haven't we? We went down to the 23s last week, and we've got some really good young players coming through. So there could be a chance for some of our players to go out there and some of their players to come to us. Like I say, share ideas, and maybe that some of their players that they sign that maybe can't get work permits to come to England, they can sign for them with a view to maybe us taking them once they sort of establish themselves, if they do go on to the next level. So lots of positives. I don't see a negative in it really. I mean, if nothing comes off it, then it's just basically our owners investing in a club where they can help them. So I think it's good news for them. It raises their profile. Hopefully we'll get a few benefits out of it as well.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have to just watch this space, because we know that they're still on about that Las Vegas Villains as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time for that. I think it's just a matter of doing paperwork and getting that all sorting the stadium out. And I think it's definitely somewhere I've always wanted to go to Vegas. So I've got an even bigger reason now to go. So I should go during the season and watch a game there as well. So yeah, take my Villa shirt over there. Hopefully they'll do the same as what. Well, yeah, hopefully they'll do the same as what sort of City did with New York when they sort of play similar sort of kit colours, don't they, as well? So that'd be nice. So we can sort of get a crossover of kits as well. So I'm a bit of a kit fanatic, as we all know. So yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So I'm on 2 minutes 54. What are you on, Justin?
54, 55, 56, 57,
what are you on, Hannah?
58.
I'm just a few seconds behind you guys.
Okay.
I'm on 56 now.
Okay, I think I'm about 4 seconds ahead of Justin then. So, yeah.
Hannah's about 10 seconds behind.
That's the annoying thing about Amazon. It's like it's so much like slower than watching it anywhere else for me, anyway. But yeah,
Right
I'll
to
just
Ryan
have to
George,
watch
he's
you
about a week
guys.
behind.
And I don't think any of you have been on since the Man City loss. I don't think. I think I went.
Nope.
I think I've gone solo all week.
So that on the chin, mate. You took that one on your
Yeah,
own.
I've took the brunt of everything. Don't you worry,
I had to
guys.
go what?
Justin had to
travel
go
up there and
watch
travel
it,
back.
and I saved everyone else from doing the episodes. I just did them on my own. So, yeah. So it's this game midweek sort of threw me because normally we'd be on the roll now of creating a predicted lineup, and we sort of getting through our churning out our content. But because this is midweek, I thought we can't do a match preview, and Arsenal haven't even played this massive game. So yeah, that's why we're sort of doing a bit of a watch along, checking out Arsenal as well. But
I think it is relevant now, Luke. I do think when you suggested it, I thought it was a really good idea. We obviously played City last Sunday. We got Arsenal this Saturday, and they play each other in the week. So it's all sort of very synchronised, isn't it? So we've tested ourselves against City. We're going to test ourselves against Arsenal, and they'll play each other tonight. So I mean, it doesn't always give an indication of where we are, but I really fancy us on Saturday to give a hint about the match preview. I do fancy us on Saturday, but yeah, I think Arsenal are on a little bit on the turn.
Yeah. So Hannah, touching on Man City, then talk to me about some of the positives you saw.
I mean, I can't say there were that many positives. I think afterwards, the group chat is the place to be, isn't it? We all like an opinion, and it's quite
Just a
nice
bit.
because we all disagree at different times about different things, but it's good, and I think actually it helps with having a podcast because you all kind of just use each other as a sounding board. Anyway, after Sunday's game, I think we all kind of took something a bit different from it. It's one of them. You go up against City and you're never confident because it's Manchester City, and on their day they are pretty much the best team in Europe. So it's not a game that I went into thinking, yeah, we're going to run away with this. But I'd hoped for more. I think the first half was obviously pants and it was just really passive. I don't think there was anything really good to say about it. However, the second half was a lot better, and I think the difference in the team that we saw when the substitutes came on was kind of the Villa that we've been watching for the most part under Emery. So it was good to have that bit of a positive that it's not like all hope was lost. We won the second half, if you want to look at it that way. So I think John Duran is a positive. I think he looks really exciting actually. And Coutinho had a decent cameo. I think all in all, like the second half was just a lot better. We looked like we had that bit of fight. I think at half time when we were messaging, it was a bit like, where's this fight and this character that we keep wanting to see? And we did get a bit more of that in the second half. So I don't think it was all doom and gloom. It wasn't great. It was probably the worst we've looked in that first half under Emery. But we've all said, haven't we, like there's going to be those moments where things look like we've reverted back to type and we're going to feel a bit gloomy, but all in all you kind of get those little signals and those signs somewhere that we're on the right track, and I think the second half kind of was that for us. So definitely we keep saying the same thing really, but I think Emery will learn a lot from a loss like that, and hopefully he'll learn a lot about the team he needs to play. I was slightly surprised about the team selection, but hopefully the team he saw finish that game on Sunday, he'll see as a team he should be starting, because we need those characters on the pitch, people who are fighting to win the game and be in the right positions. It's simple stuff really, but I wasn't too down about it, mostly because it was Man City. If we'd played like that against a Southampton or whatever, I probably would have been sulking a bit more, but it was one of them. Had to take it on the chin a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And it's massively frustrating, that, especially that first half. But, second half was a lot better. I won't really get into too much because we've still got to do our match preview / predicted lineup, which is going to come out tomorrow. But do we feel like, I think it's always one of them when you come away from a game and you're like, yep, the second half was better. McGinn should play next game, Coutinho, Duran, Moreno. Do we feel like those should start? Or do we feel like that's just saying, like, just because they came on and impacted that specific game, they might start the game against Arsenal and it might not go the right way? So are we looking at it thinking that they do need to start, or does some of them get another chance, basically? Where are you at, Hannah?
I think it's a mixed bag, because you make a good point. There's all different types of player, and there's different types of players for different types of games. I think some players that we have might genuinely be better as like an impact sub or whatever you want to call them. I think some players suit different types of games. In general, I'd say at least 3 of those substitutions from Sunday's game do need to start, and I'll give my reasoning. I think, for one, we're not going to pile on any specific player, but I think, Bailey's had a good run in the side now. In that run of games, I can't tell you how many goals he scored. The only one I can think of, was it against Leeds? I can't even remember the game. I'm on the spot anyway. But since then, it's been so inconsistent. And the thing is, I'm not seeing the fight. I'm not seeing him fight to track back. He sort of jogs around in the middle, looking like he's doing a lot. Again, I don't want to sound really nasty, but I think he's had his time now to make a point. Give John Duran a run in the team, because he's young, he's excited, he wants to prove a point. And especially in a game like the one we've got coming up against Arsenal, it's a tough game. You need that extra 10% often comes from the passion and the desire. So a player like that will make a difference. With Moreno, again, I think it's a similar story. I think Luca Dean is just underperforming. The fact that he's been thrown off at half time quite a few times now since Moreno came in, to me, that's him getting a chance to prove himself, and it's not working. So Moreno's coming on, and each time is looking good. He's looking positive. So he should be rewarded with a start, in my opinion. I think we're all getting distracted because a lot going on.
I'm just enjoying listening to you, Per, to be honest.
I know. I've not been able to talk about this. So, yeah. And finally, I think John McGinn is probably at the point now where I think he is a player perhaps we should use for some games and not others. But I think we've just missed that fight in the midfield. Because yes, the double pivot is great, and when it's working, it's working. But against Man City, we were just look so passive. And for one thing, John McGinn's going to do is he's going to throw his body on the line, and he's going to get his arse in the way.
He's going to butt roll Xhaka at the weekend.
Yeah. So those would be my 3 for sure. I think Ashley Young, he's played a lot of game time. I would give Matty Cash a run now. And I can't remember what the other Coutinho. Coutinho can come off the bench. I'm not too passionate, but again, he had a decent cameo. I feel like again he might be another one that seems to do better when he comes off the bench. I'm not sure how much of an impact he has from the starting whistle, but that's my opinion anyway. It's the beauty of sport. Some people might disagree, but I think the players that finished that game should definitely be some of the first names on the team sheet, to be honest.
Bonjour, Ryan.
Bonjour.
How are you?
Better late than never.
I know,
yeah. Right, everyone, smash a like on the stream. Let's get some more people in here. And just comment your thoughts away. So we've just been chatting about the weekend, really, getting Hannah's thoughts. So Ivan has put brief mention for the big game in the Championship tonight. Cameron Archer starts for Middlesbrough. They need to win to keep up pace at the top 2. Aaron Ramsey is also on the bench. Yeah, Archer doing bits for Middlesbrough still, isn't he? So, yeah. So, Ryan, how are you feeling about Arsenal the weekend?
We ain't got a bad record against them, have we, in recent times? I know they've done us at Villa Park last season, but yeah, very much looking forward to it. It's another test for us, isn't it? It's another learning curve for us, and different opposition to what we faced against Manchester City. We're at home, so I'll be looking to take the game to them and give them a really good go, and to test ourselves against them once again. Although we've had 2 bad results against Leicester and City, we've learned a lot, haven't we? We've learned an awful lot against Leicester City. We learned an awful lot on Sunday. So, from now on until the end of the season, it's all about, embedding this philosophy of Emery's and, dare I say it, laying the foundations for sort of next season and laying the foundations for next season, really, and getting everybody on the same page and learning about the squad, learning about the players learning what's expected of them, what's expected in their role position, and whether these players can evolve into how Emery wants to play. If not, I think Haaland just went close then. If not, then I think a few of them might be moved on, and I think we're looking ahead to a big summer, aren't we? I think there's going to be a lot of change for the good, for the better. I think we're going to be proper hit the refresh button, I think, come the summer. So, very much looking forward to this last end of the season and seeing how we get on. But, as always, excited for Saturday.
Ryan's
ahead of us.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, because I've just seen that.
15 minutes,
Hannah
47.
just seen the teams walk out.
20 seconds ahead of us. Get
Am I? Should I pause it?
Nah.
We're on, me and Luke are roughly on 34, 35, 36, 37.
30, 31. Yeah, I'm about 5 seconds behind you.
Alan's about 5 seconds behind us.
Yeah, I'm on 6,
I don't know
7,
why.
8 now.
Do you know what? Just going back to the Sunday game. I went up there hoping, obviously, for a miracle. It is a hope, isn't it? Because we know how good they are, and I think what did us was that early goal again.
Yeah,
It, not the stuffing out of the team. You could see that the fans were like, "Oh, here we go." It was just a shame to concede in that way so early, and then the second one was a mistake at the back. I think a lot of fans need to put a bit more respect on Tyrone Mings' name, because every time that bloke isn't in the team, we're just not the same team at the back. We're just not. For whatever reason, he holds it together. He's obviously a big. He's a big presence in it at the back for us. So we did miss him on Sunday. And the first half overall, we just sat off them too much. We gave them far too much respect. That's something we have to learn. We have to go to these places, regardless of how good they are, regardless of the fact that we might not get a result there. But the second half showed that if you've got the right attitude and you just go at them and have a bit of a go, you haven't got to be gung-ho, you haven't got to be over the top, but you can be competitive, can't you? And we just wasn't competitive, and it was bitterly disappointing. I was hoping to get in at 1-0, and we could see those 2 goals, towards the end of the first half. And I don't really want to get into the Jack Grealish debate because it's been done to death, but I think for me, if there's a team in this country that should know all about what Jack Grealish is all about, it should be Villa. So I just think it was a little bit naive.
Yeah.
And he plays for him, doesn't he? He just plays for him, and it was soft. And you can say all you want to, should have been overturned and whatever. You get given those these days. So I think you just have to take that one on the chin and move on. But overall, like Ryan said, bitterly disappointed, but it's a learning curve. The Leicester one was far more disappointing. Our season won't be defined by how we go against Man City away. That's just, we're not at that level yet. We can definitely go there and compete, and we should definitely not go there and roll over and just accept defeat. We should give it everything we've got. But losing away at City isn't going to define our season. So we've got a really tough game Saturday against Arsenal, and then we've got 4, for me, very winnable games after that. So if we can get a real positive result on Saturday, it could kickstart a nice another little revival and a nice little run of games, which could catapult us hopefully then by the end of those next 5 games, we could be comfortably in the top half and really, enjoy the end of the season.
We've had an interesting comment here. Sorry, Ryan, from it says, I haven't seen many raise this, but was that first half formation tactics also on Emery? I feel like I have actually mentioned the formation on when did we play? Sunday, because when I did my debrief, what really annoyed me about the first half was Leon Bailey's positioning. Now, we are playing this 4-4-2 formation, 4-2-2-2, basically. What we were doing is we were sitting with a flat back 4, a 4 in midfield, and a 2 up top, like a generic 4-4-2. Now, I can't understand why Leon Bailey isn't being asked to drop into midfield and drop deeper and help support Ramsey on his side along with Ashley Young. So I do feel like that was a tactic that we need to start doing, because it's all right leaving the 2 up top against Leeds and leaving it up against Wolves, but there's got to become a time where Bailey has to come and help out more. And that is one thing that I thought at the Etihad, where we had a bit of a mare, to be honest. So I think we've just got to adapt that Bailey role, whether it is Bailey or it isn't Bailey. It's got to come a bit deeper and help out. That's just my vibe.
He has got to come deeper, because he's got running power, hasn't he? He doesn't need to be that high up the pitch. You need him on the halfway line, helping out, and then carrying that ball forward while the rest of them catch up. And it just, I don't know whether it was Emery telling him to stay up there or he was just going missing and he didn't fancy it. Because, like Justin said, we played right into City's hands, didn't we? Right into their hands. I thought the defending for the corner was poor, and we just gifted them what they wanted. What City wanted and needed was that early goal, just to settle all the talk of what the build-up was all about.
And we looked scared of the first half, right?
Yeah. We was. They come out all guns blazing, didn't they? And we did sort of like roll over and gift it to them. We didn't make it difficult at all. And like I said, the Tyrone Mings was a massive miss. But I think this is where we start to read it. Oh, we missed us here.
1 sec. 15 seconds, I'll see it.
Ryan, don't do this to us.
I've had a fiver on this young man as well.
You've had Nketiah?
Yeah, I had a fiver on him.
What's he done here then?
Here we go.
Zinchenko, Nketiah.
Something's coming.
Should score.
It's a shocker.
Should score. Yeah. It should be at least hitting the target.
Yeah, should score.
50p head.
He's just missed it.
Was that Haaland 10 minutes ago? But I think like your squad depth now, you look at when Carlos is back and stuff like that, then, if we are missing a Mings one day, then a Carlos or a Konza will step in. So we're going to have that more of a depth, because Chambers, I don't know. For last season, I liked him. I thought his positioning was very good. I thought his distribution from the back was excellent last season. He seems weak this year. Like he doesn't.
He's got no confidence. He's
completely zapped, hasn't it?
Yeah. And I think
he looks scared to take the ball.
Like, whatever people think of Mings, he's an absolute leader for this team. Off set pieces, off organising the back line. I know you'll get people say, but we conceded 4 against Leicester. But, I don't know. I just think that, especially their first one, the blocker on Watkins near post, and it's poor, man. And my thing is as well, is Scott said it, and I always say it, that once one Villa player's off it, they all seem to be off it. But I never get the vibe that anybody takes responsibility. For me, it appears that everybody looks around for it, and I think that shows with the Mings stat, because whenever Mings doesn't play, Villa don't win. So that clearly shows you that without Mings, we don't function properly.
Yeah, and it's not like he's missing against big teams, is it? There was West Ham's in there, there was Southampton's in there was Everton's in that list. So it's not like he misses a Man City away and we lose where, we're not expected to win. Oh,
I think
guys,
Mings
something's
comes with an
happened.
aura. That's for me.
There's been a
Someone's
goal.
put goal in the chat.
There's been a goal.
Okay, so it's gone back to Tomiyasu. He's knocked it back to De Bruyne.
Here
De
we go.
Bruyne has scored, and I've got De Bruyne to score any time in this game. 1-0 Man City.
One sec. Oh, yeah, that's poor. That is poor.
What did I say about this Tomiyasu as well? I don't rate that Tomiyasu.
This is why I keep saying Arsenal will not win the league. Two things have happened in the last 5 minutes.
It's a nice finish.
He's not clinical enough, and they've got a mistake in him at the back now. And that
I was going to say, how long's Jesus out for?
He's falling apart. A long time, I think. That's a shocker. Absolute shocker.
I mean, it was a good finish,
though. Look at the replay where he plays the ball there. His face change.
Oh my God. That's a terrible ball. That's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, but I'm loving the finish though. He doesn't even think about it, does he? It's just natural to him to finish that the cut.
Lift it over the keeper.
Great finish.
What are these fan shots? You're about to see it now. It'll pan to the crowd, but the camera is quality, man. You'll see like the fans celebrating, but
they had nice cameras on Amazon.
Yeah. For whatever reason, Amazon have just got insane cameras.
It's good.
They're the 4K ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
You always get the
They use them in the NFL. Look at some of the footage in the NFL they get. It's unbelievable. Those cameras. Yeah, just going back to the Mings debate. He carries an aura and like a stature, doesn't he, about him? Whereas when he plays, that's his position, and he feels comfortable. He's obviously a full England international, and that's the sort of level of play you want in every position, isn't it? That sort of owns the position that we want. This is why you look at City today. Every single one of them players knows that they are a top player, and they've got that attitude and that aura, and that can do it at the big stage. And the problem we've got is our sort of backup players don't carry that. They just don't carry that. We did it when we did the predicted lineup for the game, and I actually said I fancied Duran to start, and we both wanted McGinn to start as well. Yeah, and the other thing I was disappointed on Sunday was talking to you lot as well just before half time. I wanted 3 changes at half time, and I was really surprised he didn't do that then.
He got to the 60th minute, didn't he, Justin?
Yeah.
Gave him about 10 minutes.
Players on half time. And the impact they had immediately, we scored, didn't we, straight away? In the next 10 minutes, had we got another one in that period, we could have really put the cat amongst the pigeons, couldn't we, in that second half? But I think we all know roughly what the team hopefully will be on Saturday. I think, obvious changes.
I think, McGinn was in he was in good form, weren't he? Before the it was the Spurs game that he went off injured.
Arsenal's missed another chance.
So, it was, I think from watching us against Man City, and I think the good thing about playing Arsenal next is we've sort of had a bit of a dress rehearsal, haven't we? Because they do tend to play pretty similar. Tomiyasu's Mr. Sitter. They do tend to play pretty similar possession football, getting it out wide. So we know the sort of level that we need to be at now. So I'd hope that Villa bring the level which is required. And I just think, what were we poor at? We weren't in their faces. We weren't aggressive enough, and I don't think we pressed very well. So what change can we make to make that better? And I think we could bring McGinn back.
You've put a curse on Tomiyasu tonight, so can you do that on Saturday as well?
Seriously, what?
Because you called out before the game.
I don't rate him.
Nah, because that means he's gonna like keep a clean sheet and score 2 on Saturday now.
I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what you're on about. He's got an assist tonight. He's doing all right. Oh, Saka. I can't get his shot away. It still
I'm telling
feels
you, Tim,
weird
everyone's
watching
gonna listen to
Manchester
Ryan.
City with Bernardo Silva at left back, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I was reading something earlier about is this now going to be the change of like more out and out wingers and
Yeah.
you know the way in which we're looking at fullbacks now, because you look at what Man City have been doing. Okay, they've gone back to a bit of a back four today, I guess, but well, next they've still got Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, Silva's fine. Yeah.
So it's sort of three at the back, and then the left back can then drop off into midfield.
So is it now a false left back instead of a false nine?
It's technically
is it a false three?
False back, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a false three?
Yeah. So, I mean, Villa are tending to do it a little bit, but we send Luca Dean forward to do absolutely nothing, and then he just has to track back when he wants to. So, yeah, I think
In that case, I think we should play Duran at left back then.
I just think what Villa are doing is we're attacking down that left-hand side. Luca Dean goes so far forward, but we don't actually use him as an outlet because
you've seen that from the passing networks, didn't we? You're right, he is virtually on the halfway line with no network. More than 5 passes.
The problem with that is, we're all saying Chambers had a bad game, but look at what he'd got covering him. Absolutely nothing.
I think he's done. I do. I think Dean's in big trouble. Look at Dean. I think Moreno he gives you that option of getting forward. We saw it again at City. He's so good on the ball. He's very direct. He's good chat. He's good at going forward. He's a nice. He's intricate, isn't he? He's got that in him, and I think over time he's going to build up a good rapport with whoever he ends up, being the more permanent player in front of him, whether that's Coutinho or Buendia. And I tell you what, that 20-minute whatever it was cameo of Coutinho, oh my God. Yeah, when he went past 2 or 3 of them, I'm watching from the stands and he gets you on your seat, and that's the Coutinho I hoped we'd sign. And if he can get anywhere near that for the rest of the season, then we've still got a player in our hands. It's just a question mark whether he can do it.
He's come close, and he had that offside goal against Leicester that would have just given him the confidence. He pinged that one that Edison tipped over the bar.
Last 20 minutes, I was on there. We was all standing up. We was all like, every time we got the ball, you think something's going to happen here. Something's going to happen here. It's what you want out of him.
But Emery's put faith in Luca Dean, really, last 2 games. Started him against Leicester when Moreno was back. He had a shocker there, didn't he? And then he retained his place against City as well.
Do you think it's a bit of reverse psychology? Because he signed Moreno, obviously, to play there. And everybody sort of expected Moreno to come straight in and just take the position. And now he's sort of thrown the gauntlet down to Dean and gone, oh, no, you've still got the shirt. Go on. You've got competition now. You've got the shirt. So when and when he does lose the shirt, which if he carries on playing the way he's going to, what can he do? He can't knock on the manager's door and say, oh, I can't believe he left me out.
He's had 2 chances.
Very clever.
Last 2 games. Yeah.
It's also interesting on the opposite side, isn't it? That Matty Cash can't currently get his shirt back either from Ashley Young. So I think...
I do worry about Matty Cash. If I'm brutally honest, I do worry.
The thing is, though, Young's been undroppable, hasn't he? He's been undroppable.
I don't think he is anymore.
He's not put a foot wrong.
No, I agree. Yeah.
I don't think he's had a great couple of games, to be honest.
No, yeah,
I think he's not been bad, but I think Cash needs to come back in there.
Yeah, I'd potentially put Cash in for Arsenal, but then again, who's Cash going to be up against on Saturday? Martinelli, is it?
Tomiyasu.
Zinchenko, maybe.
It'd be fine if it's Tomiyasu.
Martinelli and Zinchenko, isn't it, on that left-hand side?
Yeah. So,
but then you possibly have McGinn back on that side as well to help out, because McGinn offers you that bit more protection, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he can play that role going forward. We've seen that for Scotland, but he's so much better. And the other player, I think it's not calling him out. It not worries me, because I think he has got levels in him where I think over time he'll be a real asset to us. But Ramsey's just not getting anywhere near his best at the moment either. He goes missing in games. He's not his normal self. And he did this last season where he just for a period of 6-7 games. I remember last season saying, he needs leaving out. He looks tired. And he just kept playing and playing and playing him. And it's looking a little bit like that again now. Maybe he does need to just go on the bench and try and have a bit of be an impact player for a couple of 3 games.
Well, he came back from injury, didn't he? And then has played a few, but hasn't really done anything since he came back from injury.
It's what a squad's all about, isn't it? You're not always going to be. And the manager's one of the best. The best traits of a top manager is knowing when a player is off form and needs resting, and then when a player is back into form and can start playing again. It's a real key attribute for a manager. Okay, he's looking like his levels have dropped, and the amount of data they get from these players, game in, game out, his running data must be very good still. But his output is definitely not where it should where it should be, because he's a quality player. He just hasn't, his goals and assists is what he's in the team for, playing in that position. Isn't enough. It's just not enough for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've mentioned there his goals and assists. It's not enough, but touches on the ball isn't enough either. I mean, when I did that episode the other day, I think Luca Dean touched it in the 20s, and then Ramsey, Buendia, and Bailey and whatever, they were all like less than 20 times.
18 and 19, Ramsey and Buendia.
So, I mean, you want goals and assists, but he's only touching it 18 times. That's like...
But you've got to be hungry for the ball, Luke, haven't you?
Yeah,
Duran, when he come on, I was standing watching him, and I watched him pretty intently, really, just watched his running, and he was screaming for the ball. I mean, he had one moment where he took a touch and he had a shot from about 25 yards out and it went flying over the bar, but he was so hungry, running around.
It took him 10 seconds, if that, to rattle that City defender, and that's what created the goal, didn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, that kind of, and I know it's because he's new, and I know it's because he's fresh, and it's a new league, and he's young, and he wants to make a big impact, but
But it galvanised everybody else. So, Justin, you've got that infectious character on the pitch. It galvanises everyone else to put that same effort in. When you're seeing Bailey petering around up top, it's not inspiring, is it?
No, definitely not. His demeanour just, Bailey, he's very frustrating to watch. When he's on it and, he's having a good spell, a good 10, 15 minutes in the game, when he beats somebody or has done something, you think, wow, it's just not, his consistency levels and his, the amount of time he does that in a 90 is just not enough. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. So let's have a little chat about how long we got. 11 minutes. So down the bottom's been a bit interesting, hasn't it? Jesse Marsh maybe going back to Southampton. That's now off the cards. Leeds are now sticking with their manager, the dude that took him over for 2 games. So how do we see that going? I'd say that puts Everton in a bit of a better position, really, knowing that they've got Dyche to sort of salvage it now until the end of the season. If I was a Leeds fan, I think I'd be a bit worried about this now, because they're only a point above Everton, aren't they? They play Everton at the weekend. So, Justin, how do you see unravelling down the bottom?
I think when we did that, like we said earlier, the half-term report pod, we all sort of felt Wolves, West Ham would probably have enough to get clear, and that it's looking like that's the way now. Leicester have had amazing turnaround, 2 brilliant wins last 2 weeks. Forest, while still in there fighting, I think they've still got a potential in them to maybe to drop. Whether they're going to drop far enough to go, I don't know. I mean, there's only 6 points between them and the bottom 3 still. I think Southampton and Bournemouth at the moment looking the most likely. Can't win for anything. And then it's probably down to Leeds and Everton. And like you say, the Dyche effect. A bloke that's been there, done it numerous times in this league, getting teams out of trouble. I just don't know. Leeds obviously have got to make the right appointment, and this is why I think they've missed out on 3 or 4 targets, which is disappointing for the fans, I think. And they know, the board now know that this is a huge appointment, so they need to get it right.
Oh, is it a penalty? Is it a penalty? Oh, looks like a penalty.
You would make a good bloody commentator, Ryan.
No, Ryan, tell us what's happening then.
I'm like Chris Kamara, isn't it?
It's like, has there been a goal?
It's a penalty. It's a penalty to Arsenal.
I don't know.
It looked like it went over the line.
Jeff, has he?
Oh, yeah.
There we go, live to Ryan at the Emirates. What's happening, Ryan?
Are they giving that as
Jeff. I don't know, Jeff, has he?
I don't know. They've turned Highbury into flats. I don't know where I am, mate.
Let's just see the Bruyne score.
De Bruyne's just scored. Edison fouled Nketiah.
Oh, is that a penalty?
Let's have a look.
To start off with, I thought the ball had gone over the line, but it hadn't, and then he flagged
given
for
a
a penalty.
penalty for the keeper taking out Nketiah.
Yeah.
Even though he got his shot away before.
Yeah.
I feel like they never give those.
I think that's a strange one, isn't it?
Mm.
Is it?
Well, if they don't clash,
kind of took him out, innit?
Changes, does it?
I guess they class it as he's followed through on it, but
he has took him
out.
out.
Yeah. They've given it. So
that's unusual, isn't it?
I feel like if that was Villa, typical, they wouldn't give it if it was Villa, but that just seems like.
Don't worry, Pep. You'll have another £1 billion in the summer to buy another 3 players.
Who is it then? Saka.
Right, well, over to you then, Ryan.
I was going to say, Ryan's going to let us know if they score it.
This is your big moment.
This is
Come
it.
on, Chris.
Saka. Looking cool, mate. I think
I'm
he
watching the
scores.
screen. I'm watching Ryan now. Come on, Ryan.
Yeah, I think I'll back him to score.
Yeah, I'll back him to score.
Big moment.
Big moment.
I'm going for a save.
Premier League race for the title.
I'm saying he saved it.
Edison versus Saka. Edison is no Martinez, by the way. He's pointing, saying, come on, put it there. Mind games have started.
I'm surprised Saka's taking it.
This is making me feel oddly tense.
Yeah.
Edison's biting him. Going, go on, put it there.
I'm saying a save. Come on. Come on, Edison.
Here we go. Saka. He puts it there as well.
Wow. Bloody hell, Ryan.
I'm not loving these commentary styles.
I don't think Sky Sports are going to be phoning you anytime soon, are they?
Mate, have I just not had you on the edge of your seat? Intense, then. Your heart was in your mouth.
I ain't got a clue what's going on.
Exactly. It's good.
You're meant to be painting a picture for what I can't see, and it's like,
you're on the radio.
Always put it there. Nice finish.
Put it there, yeah. Where, in the stands?
See, I don't know. I'm sensing a 2-2.
You fancy 2?
Yeah. That's good.
It's on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
4-2 still on.
I just think both of these sides are conceding goals, conceding little errors, but both can score as well. So I don't know. I'm fancying more to come. Get the crowd up for it as well. I can't hear, obviously, what's happening, but I imagine that'll get the crowd back on side.
You're going to see these camera images, man. I love it. You get caught on one of these, that's getting pinned to your social media profile. That is so good. It's so good. You'll see
the content is so good off Prime.
I like when they do like you can get like live.
I think much of the drink though, yeah.
I've never tried it.
Oh, they sold them in the shop bar where I work, man. All the little school kids were in there, like flipping.
£10 a bottle.
Yeah, you can only get 2 per person. They're all going, will you go in the shop?
I'm going to Wakey Wines tomorrow to get some.
Wakey Wines. Cheers, Charlie.
Yeah,
he likes my commentary. I'm sure he's not being sarcastic.
So in the chat,
commentary.
Charlie knows. Charlie loved it, man.
Just before half time, I want you to put a rating of Ryan's penalty commentary out of 10. So How would you rate it? Did he have you on the edge of your seat, or were you just like half asleep?
Nail biting, wasn't it? Yeah, nail biting.
You're going to put them up on screen, what people rate it?
I'll put them up on screen. So
It's like when you watch these Netflix series, right? It always ends on a cliffhanger, doesn't it? So I just had you on the edge of that cliff, and then I'll give you the information. Do you know what I mean? You loved it. Charlie loved it.
you're still fuming.
Who's fuming? 4.5 out of 5. 11, JJ, yes.
All right, JJ. Yeah, works where I work.
Oh my God.
Nigel's on the edge of the toilet.
You know what your friends are, don't you? I got a total of 1 from
Solid
just
3
Hannah
out of 10.
combined.
Hannah, that's generous, isn't it? At 1.
Yes.
Oh,
some
great
do.
save.
Yeah, good save that.
One
I
sec.
feel like this game, second half, could get proper good.
Make sure you wash your hands, Nigel, once you've finished. With
Someone
soap.
thinks that you look like Chambers, Ryan.
Chambers. Take that. He's a good-looking guy, isn't he, Chambers?
Well, he's performing like him at the minute.
Drop for the weekend.
Yeah. You're not on the match preview, mate.
Who do we think? Can we put in the chat who we think who's going to replace Ryan in the chat for the weekend?
Chris Kamara.
Chris Kamara. Oh dear, you got to laugh, didn't you?
Right, so we got 6 minutes of added time.
Jesus,
It's been quite
everyone.
It's been an all right game, innit? Nothing.
It has been all right, to be fair, yeah.
Nothing special, but it's been all right.
Be interested to see who wants it more second half. City need to win it, don't they, really?
Yeah.
They'll fancy the chances of going on to win this. I mean, they've got a better bench as well, haven't they?
Yeah. What are we saying after Arsenal's first half performance? How are we feeling about the weekend then?
I'm still confident. I am. I've said it for a while, ever since we got Unai Emery, the Arsenal game. I just think we're going to do. I think that it's one of them when you can see the newspaper, headlines the day after. Emery comes back to haunt Arsenal, that kind of thing.
Emery derails
I think they're going to lose this tonight.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lose this tonight, and I think we're going to put another spoke in the works on Saturday for them.
Sounds nice. I don't know. I think for us it depends. I don't know if we get Mings back. I'm not confident without Mings.
I like the half 12s as well on a Saturday. I think
I like
slightly different atmosphere.
Oh, Stats put a good start out today, didn't it? About the half 12ers.
What was that?
What, we lose them?
No. It was a positive one. I think we'd won 5 out of our last 6.
Do you know what?
We won the last 4 on a Sunday, Ryan.
I know.
The last time I remember playing
games,
Arsenal at home, I'm sure it was a half 12 and we lost. I don't like them. I don't. It feels too early to be at a game and it's always too quiet. But
yeah,
I think you can watch them and then get home and watch the rest of the game, can't you?
Yeah, and with my weekend ruined.
No, with your weekend enhanced with a 3-0 home win.
If you win, it's great because then you can watch everyone else play for the rest of the weekend.
Has the game finished yet, Ryan?
No, not yet.
It's half finished yet.
It's full time, actually.
About
now.
5 minutes ahead, isn't you?
No. What are we on? 47. I'm on 47-40.
I'm 20 seconds behind then.
I'm 25 seconds behind, so that sounds about
right. If
right.
anything happens, I'll paint a picture for you.
Second half after us.
If anything happens, Ryan will not tell us.
I'll let you know.
Like, give us a clue watching Ryan, innit?
I just don't want to take your enjoyment away. You know what I mean? It's I want
to. Yeah, he's put it there.
They're just showing a replay of that penalty now, and it's like he's got his shot away. It changes nothing. He's not trying to take it round the keeper or anything, is he? No.
It is an interesting one, isn't it? Because he allowed him to get his shot away, and then
he runs into him.
I mean, what choice has the keeper got? The keeper's coming out trying to block it. I mean, there's no doubt he takes him out, but his momentum takes him into him, doesn't it? But
Yeah,
it is a foul, I suppose. I don't know. They're just fun. Penalties. I don't. They need to overrule.
They're so like you can't predict
You never know
what's going to get
isn't,
given and what's not. Even with VAR, it's not consistent at all. The handball one is always so random.
Well, that didn't even go to VAR, did it?
He's heard his name mentioned. Stato's here.
Give us a positive stat.
Ryan's just been nabbing your stats, mate.
Hey, I did credit him. Stato's tuning in for the commentary. He's heard.
Yeah.
He's heard. Must be going around social media.
He's just put his earplugs in.
City got a free kick in a dangerous position there, edge of the box.
Oh, here we go. Come on, Ryan. Talk us through the last few seconds.
Right then, okay.
Take us to the half time.
Ryan's. We're going to give
we've got De Bruyne and Mahrez over
Ryan
the ball.
Tilsley.
I think it's going to be a De Bruyne in-swinger with the right foot. Quite a few City players at the back post. Oh no, Mahrez to whip it in. Clear. Oh, crossbar! It's hit the crossbar. Aaron Ramsdale puts it out for a corner. Who hit the crossbar there? Oh, Rodri. I hate that guy. It's Rodri header. Oh no, downward header. It's come off Ake. Has it come off Ake? Oh, he's got it. Ooh. Bit of shirt pulling going on there. No, straight enough, Rodri. Crossbar.
Ake could have scored that, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of just come at him and he flicked his foot.
If he'd have reacted slightly quicker. He's got his shirt though, isn't it? Look at him. He's got
a bit of pulling going on there.
Oh. Do you think he might have got in without the deflection? Seemed to seemed to lift it off him, didn't it? Possibly. Corner. Has a corner gone, Ryan? Anything happened?
No, it's a throw-in, mate. It's a throw-in. It's half time.
Cool. Thank God for that.
Right, so we'll go off the screen and we'll be back for the start of the second half. I'll put some little stats on the screen for you now as well, so you can see how the game's going. So yeah, we'll be back just at the start of the second half. Up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Let's go then. Teams are coming out. Justin, wake up.
And a quick nod. I was just reading some of the comments on TikTok, on Twitter, and quite a few people. Gary Neville just said he doesn't think it was a pen. Very interesting.
We've got a big half of
people
football
thinking.
for Ryan.
How we doing?
All right. Who's got the commentary on?
I've just turned it off.
Thank you very much. And Hannah.
I think we should
Hannah's
make
back.
Ryan start after us.
I had to get my cozies on. I was freezing that first half. Thinking, oh.
Put 50p in the meter.
It's a cost of living crisis, Justin, you know.
Yeah, can't all be splashing out and heating, mate.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I've got
we'll touch on the pen in a minute. Just don't want to lose Stato's comments. So he's put Unai Emery has never lost against Arsenal, a win and 3 draws. He drew twice with them at PSG, with at the Champions League. That's the stat that I saw earlier. What's his record with Arteta as well? I don't think he's lost.
1 win and 1 draw, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he's lost to an Arteta team, has he? I think I saw that from somewhere. And then he earned a semi-final win over the Gunners in the Europa League, winning the first leg and drawing the second as Villarreal manager. Cool. And then we've had another comment on the video that I did earlier. If anyone knows that Villa played the club that we've just got a stake in, someone's commented saying that they were at the game, so that must be a bit of a surreal moment to be at that game when we played the Portuguese side. Here we go. This is it. Thanks, Stato. Unai Emery has faced Arteta's teams twice in his career and never lost. 1 win and 1 draw.
You can tell that I've got my notifications on for Stato's Twitter account, can't you? Recycling them. If you're not following him, get following him. It's class,
definitely. Great account.
I watched. He went live the other day, and I was at work and I was watching a video, and he was showing how he uploads all his stats after the game to his database. And his database is huge, man. It's huge. It's a huge job. So a lot of hard work goes into these stats. It's not just like picking them out of fresh air. His database is unreal, man.
Yeah, it was a Peter with hat-trick as well in 1983. So there we go. Right, welcome back, everybody. So how do we feel like the second half's going to go? Interestingly, Arsenal have had 60% possession in this game against Manchester City. So big on possession, Arsenal. They're doing all right, Arsenal, in this. Are doing okay. Charlie's put, what does this actually mean for Villa having NSW and Victoria? After this, go and check out the video that I did earlier. I feel like I mentioned pretty well, I think, what it could possibly mean. So, all positive, I think. All positive. So...
The beginning of world domination for Aston Villa Football Club, Charlie.
Yeah.
Just looking at that guy, that Victoria, they've changed the name for some reason. I always used to know as Victoria Gilmarish.
Yeah, that's what they're really known as, though, isn't it? That's what they're commonly known as.
The team that beat him was Spink, Evans, Williams, Ormsby, Gibson, Alan Kerbishley in midfield, Steve McMahon, Tony Morley, Dennis Mortimer, Mark Walters, and Peter Whiff. What's the team that was?
Yeah, a couple of friends of the podcast in there as well, aren't there, Justin?
Yeah.
Yes, a couple of interviewees there.
Yeah.
Dennis and Nigel.
Friends of the pod, mate. Friends of the pod.
What are you on now, Ryan? Are you still about 30 seconds ahead of us?
47-40.
24 seconds ahead.
I've somehow fell even further behind it.
The first half just finished.
I've not even.
Because it's cold in your house, it's going slower.
I think it is. Yeah.
I'm standing still.
I'm 47-27.
Gosh, you're 10 seconds beyond me and Luke.
How has that happened?
What are you watching it on?
my TV through the Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I've put a link in the chat as well. If anyone who isn't a channel member wants to be a channel member, you can be. It's $1.99. It helps support us, just get better equipment, etc. So if you do want to do that, then you can click that link and become a member. We are going to start doing a couple of times a month members only live. So if you are a member, you can join, get chatting, come on the show a little bit if you want as well. So we will do that for the members as well. I've just been waiting for the fixtures to just get a bit more chill, once a week, and then we can start dipping content in and around the standard ones that we produce as well. So and I mean, while you're all watching this, the backdrop's going to look a little bit different in about a week or two. I am moving house, so if this starts looking a bit plain behind me, it's because it's all packed up, ready to go. I'm moving house, but I've got a little project that I'm going to be working on as well. I am building a pod studio. So we're going to have an actual studio to be using for the podcasts as well. So it's going to be a brand new look, especially on my side of things as well. So that's quite exciting. So
all round Luke's every Tuesday then.
there we go.
Everybody
wants to come on the show from the studio, mate, not my house.
Well, we've done one from the bar. It's time to do one from Luke's house.
Yeah. Definitely. So looking forward to it. Stato again. Kevin De Bruyne has scored 6 league goals against Arsenal. He's most against any other opponent. He's never scored against Villa. Thank God for that. Okay, Stato. Right, we've had one for Leicester. We had Iheanacho. We had Rodri for Man City. Is there an Arsenal player that loves scoring against the Villa? I'm going to say...
it was always Ian Wright.
So I'm going to say, I reckon...
The dickhead celebration.
Saka got a few against us.
He scored last season. He scored the winner last season, didn't he, Saka?
I don't think he's got loads against us, has he?
No. Did he score at Emirates when we lost? Did we lose 3-1 last season?
That was this season.
Not many there forwards with a long track record, though, is it, at Arsenal? So I don't think it's going to be many.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
It was 3-1 this season in August.
Yeah, was it 3-1 in the season before as well, wasn't it? Or 3-0? We had a shocker.
Arteta being an idiot.
I think it was
3-1, wasn't it? Ramsey scored, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, Ramsey scored. Bailey. Yeah.
Why was Arteta doing that and then moaning?
Having a scrap.
It's just
like all away. Then he has a go to De Bruyne. Hey?
If you haven't dropped a like on the stream, can you all just please drop a like? It'll just help us out a little bit.
So the thing is with Arteta, I don't ever remember him being this feisty on the pitch. He was a centre midfielder as well, but he never really...
He's cultivated
put himself about like that.
He's cultivated this persona for Arsenal, like this on the touchline.
Yeah,
he's trying to be Pep, isn't he? Basically, you can see his mannerisms and the way he moans and the way he gesticulates with his arms. All this, he's like a Pep clone, isn't he?
I do quite like managers that do that, though. I think
just don't like Arteta.
I think it really I think it can galvanise certain players, and
it's not too much.
You're in harmony.
Yeah.
If the manager's up and at it, then you don't have a breather.
Jesse Marsh, though. Jesse Marsh was doing that at Leeds, and he just looked at.
It's got to be balanced. Remember O'Neill? O'Neill was on it all the time,
well,
and it's
you can't.
You can add pressure, can't it?
Yeah, you got to have some substance to it. You can't just stand the touchline going like this. I don't like doing dancing. Cardboard box, big fish, little fish. Right, Man City going to win this. I'm convinced.
I don't know. I don't know. Thinking Arsenal,
I reckon Haaland's going to score next, and then Arsenal are going to go searching, and then they're going to get a third City. Pick them off.
Jorginho's record. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm always impressed with Jorginho when he plays against Villa.
Tidy, isn't he?
Especially for Chelsea. So, yeah, I think was it when we did quite good? Was it last season on Boxing Day? I think he had quite a good game against us last season.
Oh, he scored, didn't he? He scored that
Yeah.
day,
Yeah, I think he had a good game against us. I think on Saturday we've just got to be prepared to battle.
Yeah.
Just battle and fight and get in their faces a little bit.
We've got to win the midfield, haven't we? Odegaard's a big threat for them. He's been fairly quiet tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Zach, I'll try and wind Xhaka up as well because he's got a red card with him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Just get in his face. I'd get McGinn on him, winding him up.
Yeah.
And I think the back two, I think you can get at the back two as well.
Yeah. And the manager.
I don't think they're... Yeah, and the manager wind him up as well.
You like the Trinity Road, give him a bit of banter.
Ryan, have you
can't believe it.
Ryan, have you filled your questionnaire in?
I haven't, no. I had to message.
What's on that questionnaire?
I had to message IBFC support to resend it.
It's all about safe standing. So would you be up for it? Would you move seats?
Rail seating.
Yeah, that's it. And then it also it mentions something about like general admission plus or something. So you're sort of getting better like food and stuff like that, and
you pay a slightly higher ticket price.
I think so, and you get added stuff on like a meal or something like that. I was just like, now I'll just go, and I'm with Ryan, and I'm with people that I know off this podcast now, and we just have a beer, and that's me in the old 10. That suits me down to the ground. So if someone says you can have this and that, I'm just like, nah, I'm all right, thanks. But
I think I'm going to move to the new North Stand when it's built. I think that's my plan. I like that the Villa, the thingamajig behind the Villa. What's it called? Villa Live. I think that's going to be ace. So I'm hoping there'll be some kind of connection. Like a walkway between the top of that and maybe the new North Stand. And then, be able to go.
Oh, is this a penalty? Penalty to Manchester City. Erling Haaland has been brought down by Gabriel. Gabriel, yellow card. Penalty. Haaland's a beast, man. He's a beast.
It's just gone out for a throw-in.
Oh, yeah, it's a pen.
I'm so far behind.
Oh, yes. Nailed
Is he offside? Oh, I think he could be offside, guys. I think he could be offside. Looking at the first replay, it's definitely a penalty. 100% it's a penalty. Couple of shirt pulls, both people are pulling. They're not really focusing on the offside yet, though.
They've probably not noticed it.
Probably not, no.
Yeah, he's offside. I reckon he's offside.
Yeah, they've only showed that clip once.
Yeah,
they're just focusing on the actual foul.
Offside to me.
He's back.
They're focusing on it now. Yeah, he's got his foot up as well. That sort of like.
So this is the other thing that I don't get now, right? He's got a yellow card for that, but they don't take the yellow cards away, do they?
Nah.
So
Gabriel's got the yellow.
Oh, yeah, it's gone to VAR now.
Yeah, you are right because the ref has to let it run its course, so it's retrospectively brought back for the offside. Well, because it's given the yellow during play, that has to stand.
You need to give that yellow. You need to give that yellow when the penalty is confirmed and he's about to take the pen. There's your booking.
Yeah,
not now.
To me. His back's ahead.
He's off. He's off. I think
he's
so.
Nailed off. Yeah.
Do you think they gave that penalty earlier on because of what happened at the weekend?
Nah.
I don't think so. I mean, I've just said Gary Neville put on that he didn't think it was a pen the first half.
The Villa one was more of a penalty than this one.
I mean, you can clearly see Haaland's shoulders behind Gabriel.
Offside.
Yeah.
Offside. Decision confirmed as offside. Play will continue at 1-1.
Cheers, Jeff.
Thanks.
Oh, Arsenal fans are celebrating like they've scored. Loving it. I know he's rescinded the yellow card.
Oh, has he?
Is he?
Yeah. Yes, he has.
There you go.
Well done.
There's you slagging him off, Ryan. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think it was Luke. If you
And
wind it back.
I've got another point about this VAR, right? So here's my other observation I've made. You know, because of Tony and the one at the weekend, and now this one. So they're looking at these lines. Why haven't they got a camera the opposite side so they can see where Gabriel is? Do you know what I'm saying? They're currently trying to look through. They're looking through Haaland to kind of see whether he's
realistically, every Premier League club, you know, round the sort of edges of the stands should have cameras probably now every metre, either side, facing down, and they should have access to all of them. That's the way it's got to be, because with VAR is here to stay now, isn't it? So the more information they've got, the quicker they get it, the better you would hope that the calls are going to be.
I just think that would slow them down, though. Imagine if they've got to look at 20 cameras and they already take 5 minutes sometimes.
No, I know what you're saying, but I think what you'd do is you'd quickly realise which 2 cameras either side would be the ones that give you the best angle. So you're just looking at the 2 pictures then. Like they do at the cricket.
I don't trust these
cameras at the cricket.
Idiots. Yeah, they've got it down to a T, though, haven't they? But sometimes it takes 3-4 minutes for them to look at one camera. So
for me, the problem isn't the technology. It's never been.
No, it's the people using it.
The technology is very good. It's the people using the bloody stuff.
Louis Mays has bagged himself a weekend off, hasn't he? Now
it's still down to human error, and ultimately, I've always said it. You've got a ref on the pitch and 2 linesmen who have to make a call in the moment. And then they're deferring that to somebody in the stands. And if it's a marginal 50-50 call, especially a foul or a penalty incident, it's down to their discretion. So it's either a ref's on the pitch discretion or a bloke sitting in the studio's discretion. So it's ultimately somebody's decision, isn't it? It's not the technology's decision. All the technology's doing is giving, hopefully, maybe better angles at it. But still, a tight call is still a tight call, isn't it? You can go one way. How many times have you heard, that I've seen that given? But because sometimes they're given, sometimes they're not.
I think what you've got to do, moving forward, is an ex-professional player in that box, in that VAR box. It doesn't have to be an ex-Premier League player, a professional player, League One, League Two, people that have actually played the game and understand what it's like being on that pitch.
Wouldn't that still be their decision
in there that haven't played the game?
But isn't that you're still asking one person to give his opinion on it?
No, yeah, I tell you what. I mean, some of these ex-players, when you listen to them actually talk
about Danny Murphy, I'm just giving up my.
Well, I think you'd have to put them through a multiple choice question exam first before they got in the box. I'm going
to watch snooker for a living.
The funniest that was the funniest thing when they called him out on a column he wrote on TalkSport, and he went, No, that's ridiculous. And then he went, well, you wrote it, Danny. Did I? Oh, right. Okay. Absolute donut he is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
TalkSport, I've got some donuts. So Jamie O'Hara, how he makes everything living, and Gabby as well.
They just give
then
Denny
you've got Laura Woods and McCoy.
Media career.
Yeah, that's the thing with TalkSport. There's certain ones that I really like, and then you listen to the show about an hour later, and you're just like, "How have we gone from this to this?"
Yeah. Laura Woods and McCoy are absolutely brilliant. They're my favourite duo in broadcasting. They're ice, man. And even Darren Bent's quite good. I enjoy listening to Benty and that. But then you'll just go to O'Hara and stuff like that, and it's like absolutely shocking.
Is Adrian Durham still on it? I haven't talked for years.
He does bits, but he's not got like a feature. Yeah, I don't listen in the afternoon.
What's everyone's thoughts on Simon Jordan? I quite like him, I do.
I like him.
I like
I
Simon
like him.
Jordan.
Yeah, I really like him.
Yeah.
But
Some
did you see
people
when he
that-
called
some
out?
people aren't
He asked him
fan,
about
are they?
Stuart Pearce, the penalty.
No.
Because he said
Oh,
Harry
yeah.
Kane bottled the penalty for England. And Stuart Pearce was sitting in the studio, and he said, "Would you say to Stuart Pearce that he bottled the penalty?" And he went, "Yeah, I would. Yeah." Fair play to him.
You say Stuart Pearce's
Because
facts.
Yeah, because he said, well, yeah, would you take? He said, "But I'm not a professional footballer, am I? That's his
Yeah.
job." So
Yeah.
he says it as it is.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got a unique perspective of the game because of where he was, and he gives a very honest opinion on things.
Yeah. It gives you that bit of insight into like the
Oh,
running
that's
of
a
the
nasty
clubs and
tackle,
the
isn't it?
transfers.
Saka.
Yeah.
What's happened there, Ryan? Has he got a red card?
Nketiah, no, yellow card.
Yeah.
No VAR yet. I think that will pass.
A bit late, wasn't it?
Studs were showing.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's more of a block,
It's,
isn't it?
it's turned
Yeah.
into a bit of a scrappy game, isn't it?
Yeah.
He got the ball first, actually. There, he just followed through, didn't he?
No one's really got going this second half, have they?
Yeah, it's a bit
Into any fluid play, though.
poor.
What they need is a moment of magic.
Please,
Oh,
not them words again.
I'm
That
happy with
just
that.
sent a shiver down my spine. That did just shudder.
Jake Paul or Fury. I'm watching that fight. It's this
I
weekend.
don't know, I might watch it.
I'm going to watch it because I want to see Jake. I
Unboxing.
want to see Jake Paul getting knocked out.
You think he will, though?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know how good either of them are.
No, I don't think.
I've never watched either of them
I
fight.
don't think Tommy Fury's great, is he?
Nah.
No, but he's
Was
got a history of he's trained all his life and he's been around boxing all his life. Jake Paul hasn't. That doesn't necessarily mean.
I'm not sure on him because, like, he went in Love Island, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you
He
really
looks
really
half
want a
decent, to be
boxing
fair.
career, do you make that sacrifice?
But he was.
But when they went
before.
face to face in the ring the other day, and he's taking his top off and stuff. It's like, what are you doing, mate? Yeah.
It is a bit of a joke. Well, I don't like Jake Paul. I think he's a knob.
Oh, flashed across the front of the goal, and Nketiah again couldn't get on the end of it. Best chance of the half for Arsenal, that. Oh, he can't finish his dinner at the minute, can he?
No, he can't.
He must be starving.
This is the problem. They haven't got no depth up front, have they?
Oh,
He looks offside. He's miles off. Oh, is he? Oh, no, I don't know. No, I think he's on, actually. Oh,
This
come
is
on,
the thing.
son.
Losing Jesus was a big blow for them, really.
Yeah, huge.
Massive, Hannah. Massive.
I think
He's the one that gave him momentum, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he was still in the team now, there'd be quite a few more points clear of City.
I do like
Probably the
Nketiah, though. His all-round game is very good.
yeah, I like him.
But stuff
tell
like
you
that, in
who-
the big moments, he's just been found out a little bit, hasn't he?
The striker that plays for Rennes looks good. You know, the one that's bagging all the goals for that dude that's doing well in France. You know, the young coach.
Yeah. Will.
Yeah, Steele, is it?
Yeah, something like that, isn't it?
They've got a player on loan from Arsenal, and he's started bagging goals. He looks decent. That Eubanks having a rematch with that other dude, isn't he?
Oh, is he fighting him again, is he?
Yeah.
I mean, he was comprehensively beaten, wasn't
he was.
Yeah. I love boxing though. I love a bit of
I
of
do
boxing.
like a fight.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Not a fan.
I don't know.
Do you watch any other sport?
Not really.
No.
I don't know.
Villa or
I like
fifth?
I like the darts over like Christmas, and that's about it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was very good.
No, I've never really gelled with another sport, to be honest.
Cricket. Ashes this year.
Oh, off the
But, yeah,
line.
particularly
Manchester
boxing,
City have just had one
cringe.
cleared off the line. Yeah, cleared off the line. It's out of danger now. Jorginho cleared it. Oh, again, offside it looks. If Ake gets on the end of this. Yeah, it would have been offside.
I tell you what, I couldn't believe on Sunday going to City. I put a picture on Twitter. The amount of sellers selling half and half scarves before the game. It was embarrassing.
Was there loads of people buying them?
Embarrassing. Loads of people. I walked up to the stadium. I thought I'll have a bit of a wander around before I go in. There must have been. I mean, there's the odd one outside Villa trying to sort of sell them, which is a bit sad. But must have been 30 people selling, from Tesco trolleys outside. And I walked round. I was thinking nobody's buying these, and there was loads of pockets of, obviously, foreigners. There's tourists coming over to watch City because they're the team, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're all wearing them and taking pictures of outside the ground. Thinking, what are you doing?
You'd never get me with half and half scarf on.
No,
never in a million years.
The only time is if you went to maybe a pre-season like when Villa played Santos all them years ago, Pele played, team from Brazil. You maybe could argue that that's a really special occasion, but playing a league game against a team in the same league as you, just no.
I'll tell you where there was a couple of half and half scarves. Where that Chelsea kid got banged out by the West Ham fan. There's like loads of people there watching that with a half and half scarf on.
They deserve to be knocked out.
Yeah, that kid.
They're made for tourists, though, aren't they? Not people who don't
really
go to the game.
Yeah. But I thought
because if you went to games on a regular, you'd get absolutely you'd get rinsed for wearing a half and half scarf.
But I wouldn't buy one if I went to.
I never understand it though either, because say like you go to Old Trafford, right? So you go to Old Trafford, and it's full of them there, isn't it? So if they're going predominantly to watch Manchester United, who are their team, why would they want, say, Villa on half the scarf?
Yeah. If we all went to Paris Saint-Germain, right? We went to go and watch Paris Saint-Germain, say against Marseille, right? We're sitting in the Paris Saint-Germain end. Would you buy a Paris Saint-Germain Marseille half and half scarf for the game?
No.
Would you?
I think they're just tacky.
Yeah, gross, man.
Nah, not for me.
No. Wait till the half and half shirts come out. That'll be the next trend.
That was interesting. I don't know if anybody watches the NFL. I quite like the NFL, and I stayed up and watched the Super Bowl on Sunday. Finished about 3:30 in the morning, and there was a player that the brothers that played for each of the teams on Sunday. That played, and the mom went to watch the game. Obviously, you got the two sons, one playing for one team, one playing the other, and she was wearing a shirt that had been made for her. The front half was the one kit, and the back half was the other kit, and the coat was half and half, like one team one half, one team the other, because she couldn't split her loyalties between the two of them. Well, that was quite nice.
Goal, apparently.
Jack Grealish has just put Manchester City in front.
Wow.
Haaland cut it back to Gundogan. Grealish at the back post, all on his own, bends it in the bottom corner.
I'll tell you what, he's hit some form for City recently.
Yes, yeah.
Well, he's been getting a load of minutes, hasn't he? Pep's obviously got a bit more trust in him these days.
See what he can do when he starts on his feet. Could be a good player, this kid. It's the same end where he had that mad run and pulled it back for Wesley.
Oh, yeah. Super Wesley. He's back at Villa,
isn't he? Crikey.
Big game, big goal, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
Gabriel. Oh, it could be another offside.
See how much he wants to score
and
contribute.
He's done that well. Just opened up nice for him. His whole body shape was perfect.
Yeah.
Past it. Slight little deflection.
Just glad he's never kissed the badge. If he'd have kissed the badge, then
oh, you know what? I think Ramsdale says this. It takes a little nick. It just takes a little nick off the thigh.
Does it?
Tomiyasu? Is it Tomiyasu diving?
Takes him away. Right, Luke's mate having a blinder.
I think it's him.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right, Ryan.
Yeah, it just skims and it does that little touch, man.
Yeah. It just drops it lower. Yeah, makes it bounce in between Ramsdale's hands.
Yeah, thanks for that insightful commentary, Ryan. You're welcome, Justin.
Yeah, cheers. You're doing well, mate.
So he took you to the 72nd minute.
I'm in the flow, mate. I've got a Candom House now, so I've got a beer.
You mean you're better when you're pissed?
That's it, mate. Much better. So it's a better version of Ryan.
I think a Man City win benefits Villa here, I do.
I think so.
Oh, wounded animal.
You want to keep the pressure on us.
I want a wounded animal. I want them questioning themselves.
You want them to turn up at Villa on Saturday and thinking the pressure's really on us now. We're dropping.
Yeah.
Can't drop any more points. We don't want to lose this one.
And then we go 1-0 up.
Exactly. Yeah. Then oh god, yeah, we're really falling apart here.
Yeah. That's what I'm after.
City are just so pro, though, aren't they? They're just like, as soon as you slip up, they're ruthless, aren't they? They haven't really created a lot of chances. It's been from Arsenal's own downfall, hasn't it? And they're just prolific, man.
Archer scored for Borough.
What's the score?
They were winning.
2-1. They were 1-0 down.
He just seems to go wherever he goes.
2-1, yeah.
He scores goals.
Right,
so I've got a bet on, right? So it's for £267. I've had Tomiyasu to get a yellow, De Bruyne to score, over 2.5 goals, and I'm waiting for Xhaka to get a card. So
is that all you're waiting on?
I only need Xhaka to get a card. My cash out at the minute is £48. My cash out.
Isn't Xhaka a guaranteed walking yellow card?
Well, yeah.
He usually is, isn't he?
Oh, substitution for Arsenal. Xhaka coming off. Nah, Martinelli for Trossard.
For what, a £50 cash out? What we saying?
Oh, nah, he'll get rattled.
Is that all you're waiting for? A yellow card?
Yeah, I think he won't get a yellow.
Oh,
You've got a while, though.
It can get feisty in the last few minutes, can't it?
Yeah, 15 minutes. I'd hold that till about 82 if you could.
Yeah, let's wait him.
They're panning in on him, innit?
Gosh, Trossard's gone grey since he's been to Arsenal, hasn't he? Stretches on him. Jack's injured.
You see, Scotty Parker's managing in the Champions League tonight.
Who's he managing?
Club Bruges.
Bruges, yeah, Bruges.
Yeah. Where did Wesley come from?
Bruges, wasn't it? Yeah, Club Bruges, yeah.
Bruges, yeah. They've just gone 1-0 down against Benfica.
Oh, yeah, it's just refreshed.
Dortmund 0-0 against Chelsea.
Yeah.
West Brom 0-0 against Blackburn.
Yeah.
I see. What's his name? Scored for Cardiff against Blues yesterday with a winner. That was nice.
Oh, Callum.
Yeah, Robinson.
Callum Robinson.
But Dice didn't start that game. I thought, yeah. Come on as a sub, but Dice did.
We've got around 14 minutes to go, plus stoppage time.
Oh, what's everyone saying in the chat? What are we saying? Arsenal going to find an equaliser, are they?
Nah, I don't think they will.
Not feeling it.
No.
What you want? Xhaka to score and then take his top off. There you go, Robinson. 250 quid, mate.
Don't think you can be doing that from an equaliser.
True, yeah.
Arsenal have only had one shot on target. That's telling, that is, isn't it? That's Nketiah. You can't be doing that against a team like this. If you create chances, you got to score them, ain't you?
Yeah.
It's all City now this second half, really.
Yeah, I did call a City win. Although the 2-2 from you two, Hannah called 2-2, didn't you, Hannah?
I said 2-1.
Oh, I said 2-2. I think there's still time. Got 15 minutes.
Manchester City.
They're just picking out spaces now, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's gaps opening up.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I've just caught a glimpse of their.
Got to go for it. Then it'll be
I
3-1.
just caught a glimpse of their fan base singing as well in the away end.
Who?
Scenes. Absolute shocking. City
Right.
fans singing. Can't believe
You've
it.
got hymn sheets with them.
So what's the table look like now? Man City top, but have Arsenal got a game in hand?
Sorry, well,
Yeah.
one game in hand. The table is, as it stands,
Same
City,
points.
51 points top, 58 scored, 23 against. Arsenal with a game in hand, 51 points, 47 scored, 20 against. So plus 27 goal difference for Arsenal. And as my maths, a plus 35 goal difference for City.
Oh,
So,
penalty. Penalty. Oh, no. No, referee went, not having that. Not having that, Chassard.
Ryan called it before the ref.
It looked like a pen. Oh.
You're reffing the game now, Ryan.
Hold on.
Backseat
He gets there first. Oh, it's no worse than Grealish's one, to be fair. Nips in the head. Bit of a clash.
Oh, no, I think he's looking for that, isn't he?
Nah.
He's looking for that.
More with his arms, wasn't it? More with his clash with his arms.
Let's have a look.
Plays continued.
Nah, it's not a pen for me.
No, he's made the most of it today. No, was there any connection? Only up. No, not for me. He kicks into him, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah.
Chris Boyle, what's he saying? I don't know about you, I can't stand when they have these refs in the studio.
Nah.
They always back their mates up anyway, don't they?
Who's that one that's proper dry?
Walton.
Peter Walton.
Yeah.
Peter Walton. Whenever they would get him out the cupboard, terrible. He's
get him out the cupboard.
Dust him off, man.
Terrible.
Get out the cupboard.
And he's like, oh no, I'll go with the on-field ref with this one. And I'm like, what was the point?
He always gives me the on-field ref.
He always says, I'll go with the on-field ref. And I'm like, what's the point, man? So jokes.
Yeah, I think the hold out here. Big win for City. This.
Yeah, they're just like a machine, aren't they? Now they're just
yeah.
You know, they'll go on and run now. I think Man City will blitz everybody.
Yeah.
Triple substitution for Arsenal, is it? Double substitution.
White and Vieira.
And White. Yeah. What we all think about Emi Martinez then?
Don't know. I can't judge yet. I don't know. I think
Haaland, Manchester City 3, Arsenal 1. Erling Haaland, pull back from De Bruyne.
I might just keep watching and just listen to Ryan.
He's doing this celebration as well. They all love this celebration, don't they?
What does it mean?
I don't know. What does it mean? Don't know.
Well, Haaland's got a giant baby head, hasn't he? So maybe he's showing that he's actually got a in there somewhere.
A giant baby head.
Don't you think he's like a baby, but that's on steroids? He's just like he's scary.
Boss baby.
Yeah,
boss baby.
Anyway, back to Emi Martinez. Now I've watched that. I think his comments the other day about wanting to play in the Champions League, and he's probably come to a realization. I think, like you guys were saying, maybe in the group chat, I can't remember where I heard you saying it, but that he's not got that many years left. And yeah, Villa might make it into the Europa League in a season or two. But then that gap between qualifying for the Europa League and being in the Champions League and winning the Champions League is massive, isn't it? So I think part of him will want to go. And to be honest, can I blame him? Not really. I think as long as
we're not
the money.
I agree, Hannah. I think we're not winning the Champions League for a very long time yet. So it's certainly not in the time he's got left in his career. And I think ultimately winning that World Cup has just given him that desire to go on and win everything. in the game at club level, hasn't he? He's won everything now at international level, so he wants the highest honours at club level. And I think he has got loyalty to Villa. I think he massively got loyalty to Villa. I think he loves the club. He obviously loves, what's happened since he's been at the Villa. But ultimately, it's his job, isn't it? And we currently own his registration, and somebody else, I would think, would be quite happy to have him. And I think as long as the money's right, he signed a big contract with us, so he's not, he's under contract for a while. So we got
20 till 27, isn't it? 2027,
yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
No,
I get what people say.
I know Robert's saying there, yeah, but it's not about that, is it? It's about
It's the
for
player.
me. It's not about that. It's about the club, and it's about improving every year on year, and at the moment we can't match his aspirations. That's just how it is, isn't it? That's the reality of it. Like, we couldn't match Jack's either. Does it mean we're going to be? Does it mean we can't get better? No, of course it doesn't. Of course we can get better. With the right investment, we've got the right manager. We've got to. I think sometimes we've got to look past the individual players and look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the club. We want the club to improve year on year.
Disappointed, obviously, but you've got to think
players
of it. Or any workplace, if you've got an employee who, gets offered an amazing promotion somewhere that's 10 times, salary, and you've got the chance to do X, Y, Z. If the person wants to go, they're going to go. Like, no matter what Emery or the owners said to him, if he wants to go, he's going to go. Like, you can't hold players hostage at the end of the day. If they want to go and a buying club meets the asking price, then they're going to go. And unfortunately, it's maybe not a bad problem to have that we've got a player who is, one of the best in his position in the world, and it would pain me to see him go. But if you're going to get 60, 70 million, I don't know if that's what we're valuing him at, but we're making a lot of money on him. We go and get another top goalkeeper and we go from there. But you can't, unfortunately, the position that Villa are at as a building club and a project, you're not ever going to be able to change the way that the business works. Simple as.
I don't want it to be underhand. That's the thing that annoys me. Like, go back to the Delph days. I don't come out and say, all this rubbish and then go and then sneak out the back door slyly. If it's all done properly and above board and it's done with respect, then fair enough. If he comes out at the end of the season and gets an amazing offer from Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, one of the clubs that is a realistic chance of winning the Champions League for the next 5 years, at least once. And he says, and they offer us 70 million quid, and they offer him triple his wages, and he's a guaranteed starter. And he comes and goes, I love Villa. I love what you've done for me, but I can't say no. I'd just go, fair enough. We'll move on. We'll try again. Go with someone else.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I look at a keeper situation and think there's a lot of decent keepers out there because you're only vying for one position, aren't you? And I don't know. I just think if we got the amount of money that everybody thinks we can get for him, then I don't know. We can't turn it down, can we? In our position that we're in right now.
I agree. And Robert's just come back with he's frustrated that the growth is stumped when losing anyone who's a good season. But unfortunately, that's where we are as a club, aren't we? We're a mid-table Premier League club. Until we can get into that top 4, maybe even top 6, then when we do have a real standout superstar player, which we've had twice now, in my opinion, over the last 5 or 6 years, we had Jack. Now Emi Martinez has taken on that mantle, hasn't he? He's our standout, internationally recognised, top of his field player. They're gonna attract clubs higher. That's just the only way that stops is by us becoming a top 4 club in the Champions League season in season 8. And to get there, it's a process, isn't it? It's not going to happen overnight. And sometimes you have to sort of say, okay, we've got to let a player go here because it suits us and it suits the player. Like Danny Ings, it suited them both to do that, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then you got to
Deal was
look.
the right deal.
You got to look at it as though, like, how often do we moan that we buy players and then we lose money on them? And that's a massive problem that we've had for so long that, you know, when we do finally get some players that we're going to make, frankly, a stupid amount of money on, like, it's not just a few million here. We're talking about tens of millions of pounds of profit. You know, we can't complain too much because otherwise we're just one of them clubs that buys, and then we have to force our players out. We are now getting to a stage where it's not necessarily always a bad thing to, you know, pick up someone for not too much money and then sell them on for a big profit. That's kind of what Brighton have done, isn't it? And look how they are.
My God, Brighton are phenomenal at it, ain't they? They've lost
that's
5
their
or 6 of their
USP.
best players. Yeah, they've
Yeah.
lost 5 or 6 of their best players, and they keep finding
Yeah,
these
get
players,
stronger,
replacing
Justin.
them.
Yeah, exactly. So
Hey?
I don't think
Yeah, they're
it
getting better.
correlates necessarily to meaning that we're failing or meaning that we've got no ambition. I think it's a business at the end of the day. And if you're going to make that much profit, you take it and you use it to reinvest. And over time, that reinvestment pays off. And we just haven't had that so far. We don't keep selling our best players. Let's be honest. We've had Grealish and we've had Martinez. Other than that, we've had to flog a load of dead weight that we've made no money on. So
I agree. We're not actively looking to sell our best players, are we? We're not saying we've got Emi Martinez and he's up for sale now. We need the money. What's happening is these players are developing into world-class players, and they're gaining huge attraction from all over Europe, the best teams in Europe. And you know, we knew that was going to happen. The minute he won that copper, he was highlight. He was in the shop window, and then he went on to win the best thing of ever, World Cup. So obviously he's going to be like.
But also play a huge role in it as well, Justin. It weren't like he was part of the squad.
He played a huge role, isn't he?
Yeah, and he should win that the goalkeeper Ballon d'Or thing, shouldn't he? The FIFA goalkeeper. He'll win that as well. His stock will go up even more then, won't it?
Yeah, we basically can say we've got the best keeper in the world playing for Villa, and because of us, and it is because of Villa, because of what he did with Cutler.
Yeah,
the confidence we give him, the platform we've given him to grow on, and I think it's something he'll be forever grateful. But unfortunately, we're 3 or 4 years behind where he would need us to be to stay. Exactly the same as Jack. At least 3 or 4 years behind where we need to be. So hopefully, in 3 or 4 years' time, when we've got these players, then I'd be disappointed if we was Champions League team and we was losing these players. That's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, you'd be fuming.
Yeah.
We'll be looking to buy these type of players then, though, Justin, won't we?
Don't forget the likes of Man United when they was qualifying for the Champions League and Ronaldo was in his pomp. Real Madrid still came and took him off them. So it happens to the biggest of clubs.
It happens everywhere, and
it does.
Yeah.
Henry went to Barcelona, didn't he, from Arsenal?
Well, Bayern Munich win the league every season by buying the best player from the team that finishes second every year. They've done it forever. They buy the best players from the other teams.
Yeah. And then the club that's sold reinvests it and then tries to do it again.
That's how it's used, isn't it? That money.
Yeah. I think the thing you just have to look at is look at Brighton. They're doing okay, and this has been their thing for many a year now. Like, eventually you just build a solid foundation team whilst in the background you're developing and selling on players. It's just the business aspect.
Who'd have thought we'd have had the best keeper in the world when we got promoted back to the Premier League?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, 3 years later.
I'll be gutted to see him go. Like, I don't want him to go by any means. I love the man, but I suppose you do have, unfortunately, and I don't like it. I'm an emotional football fan. You do have to swallow some of the sentimentality and just realise, you know what, it's a business and it's a game. And you have to trust that they're doing it for the right reasons. Obviously, with Jack,
the thing is, right, the way you got to look at it is, we had a player that was a fan. So this player was a fan of Aston Villa. He loves Aston Villa. And for me, that when that player left, it just proved to me that any player we have will just leave at any given moment. So to get that fan attachment, I've just lost it since Grealish left. So for me,
there's nothing wrong with that, Luke.
No, I know, but I look at it now as the club. So at the end of the day, same as the Danny Ings thing, I couldn't care less whether we'd only got one striker. I cared about us getting £15 million, £10 million more than what we'd have got in the summer. And that's the way I look at it. If Martinez goes, we're getting 65, 70 million pounds for a player who's 30. Might be one of the best keepers in the world, but we're not going where he would want us to go anytime soon. So take the money, reinvest it, get a keeper for 25 million, goes in NSWE's pocket, helps fund the rest. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, and plus
that's where I'm at with it, because if he goes, he goes. We'll have to just sign someone else. And if I'm being honest, I don't even think he's having a great season with Villa anyway. So that's my controversial take on Martinez. I don't think he's.
And on that bombshell,
I don't think he's having a great
live
season
stream
with Villa.
cut off.
So
that is
I'm just being honest.
The thing is, with that price tag as well, it's probably bloated, isn't it? It's that is not really his true value. You're adding on all that World Cup experience and everything. You're getting top dollar that's going to be at its peak, and this is the peak moment, isn't it? And you sell. It's like stocks and shares, isn't it? It's sell when it's high, man. And this is the peak of it, isn't it? This is the peak of his transfer value. It's not going to go up anymore now. This is it. So
I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's about the journey, and as long as we keep improving, I'm happy.
The thing is, Justin, we've got a project. We've got a plan. We've got the financial backing. We're going somewhere. It's not like we're losing Martinez. Oh, it's the end of the world. He's going to go. We're all going to fall apart. It's not like that anymore. It's like, okay, we've lost that piece of the jigsaw. Gutting. But we're on a journey to improve. It's constant improvement. So it's not the end of the world if he does go, because we're going to get, you'll probably get somebody else in. Plus, it gives you that financial backing to go and spend a bit more on other areas of the pitch as well. So, and it's good that we started selling players again, because it went for about 5 or 6 years where we didn't even sell a player until Matty Target went.
You make some good points. And the other thing is that the two players that are in question here, Grealish, we got £100 million. Forget how we spent it, right? We got £100 million. If Martinez goes, we potentially get 65 to 70 million pounds, which is astronomical fees. It's ridiculous amounts of money. In the past, when we've sold players like Barry and all that lot, they were going for like peanuts, and we were the ones that were sort of like on the end of having our pants pulled down, because we can't do nothing with the money, because do you know what I mean? But at least with these two fees, it's like so much money to reinvest and go elsewhere.
You look, hopefully in 5 seasons' time, we're going to be in Europe, right? And I predict in 5 seasons' time, when we're in Europe, there won't be 1 or 2 players of our current squad maximum that we are cheering from them stands. That's what I think.
I'd probably agree.
So we'll have new heroes like we always do. Yeah. Old heroes leave and new heroes come and take their places. Jack left, we've got hero Martinez, and I'm thinking Duran could be the next one as well. I'm loving to see where he's going to go.
Cool. Oh, that got a bit heated, didn't it, that Martinez talk? So anyway, right, we're going. That up. So basically, we just wanted to come on, just chat to you guys, really, and read your comments and stuff, and build the community and everything like that. So we will be doing our content match preview / predicted lineup will be out tomorrow. We're going to combine the two. We'll have our press conference on Friday with Emery, and then we'll have the game, fan cams, etc. coming all through the weekend as well. So cheers, everyone, for watching. Up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa.